Your person can't stop thinking about you. No matter how much time has passed or how much distance has grown between you, their thoughts keep circling back to you. They can't wait to see you again, to be near you, to feel your presence. Lately, they've been feeling incredibly foolish for walking away, for letting you go, and for allowing the connection between you to slip through their fingers. At the time, maybe they thought they were doing the right thing, or maybe they just didn't know how to handle their emotions. But now, with the benefit of distance and reflection, the truth is clear to them: they made a huge mistake, one they can't stop replaying in their mind. They're hoping, with everything inside of them, that you'll give them a chance to make things right. That you'll allow them, even if just a little, to come closer again. But as much as they want to bridge the gap, they're nervous, anxious even. The silence between you two has stretched on for so long, and it weighs heavily on their heart. They don't know how to approach you, how to break that silence without seeming insincere or intrusive. There's fear in their chest, fear that maybe it's too late, or that maybe you've moved on. Still, despite the fear, the desire to reach out is becoming impossible to ignore. They remember the times they were cold towards you, the way they pushed you away, the things they said that cut deep, maybe even the times they roasted you just to hide how they really felt. They acted like they didn't care, like your absence wouldn't affect them. But now, with the weight of your silence pressing on their chest, they see it clearly: none of it was true. They were wearing a mask, pretending not to feel, and now that you've stopped giving them your attention, the truth is hitting them harder than they ever expected. Your silence has been louder than any words you could have spoken. They know now that if you've gone quiet, if you've stopped reaching out, stopped checking in, it's not because you don't care, but because they hurt you. And they know it must have been something serious, something that pushed you to the point of protecting your peace and walking away. That realization is gut-wrenching for them. It's humbling. They can feel the shift in energy, the way your light is no longer shining toward them, and that emptiness is unbearable. The more you've pulled back, the more they felt drawn toward you. Your absence has created a magnetic pull they can't resist. The more they feel you slipping away, the more their heart aches to pull you close again. There's an intense attraction building within them, not just physical, but emotional, spiritual. They are beginning to understand just how deep their feelings for you truly run. And alongside that growing desire is an equally powerful fear, the fear of losing you forever. It's a fear that wakes them up in the middle of the night, a fear that haunts them during the quiet moments of their day. What if they waited too long? What if you've closed your heart to them for good? They want to end this separation, not just because they miss you, but because pretending they're fine without you has become too heavy a burden. They're tired of wearing the mask, tired of acting unaffected, tired of pretending like their world hasn't been flipped upside down since you left it. The truth is, they're exhausted by their own denial. They're tired of the lies they told you, the ones that pushed you away, and even more tired of the lies they told themselves to justify it. They thought they could move on. They thought they could suppress what they felt. But none of that worked. It never could. Now, all they want is a chance to fix what was broken. To be honest. To be real. To show up in a way they didn't before. They know it won't be easy. They know you might not be ready to hear them out, or that maybe you're better off without them. But they're willing to take that risk. Because the regret of losing you is far worse than the fear of rejection. You mattered to them more than they ever admitted, even to themselves. And now that they've seen what life feels like without your energy in it, they know they don't want to live without it any longer. They don't expect things to go back to the way they were overnight. They understand that healing takes time and trust takes effort. But if you still have even a little space in your heart for them, if there's a part of you that still wonders what could be, they're asking you, with all the vulnerability they can muster, to let them try again. To let them prove they've changed. To let them earn your forgiveness, not with empty promises, but with consistent actions and a genuine heart. Because in the end, all they really want is you. I can truly feel the shift you've made in your life, and it's incredibly inspiring. There's something undeniable about the energy you radiate now. It's stronger, more grounded, and full of quiet confidence. You've grown into a more mature version of yourself, and that transformation hasn't gone unnoticed. In fact, it's one of the many reasons I find myself drawn to you even more. Your newfound self-assurance, your inner peace, and the way you carry yourself all contribute to a kind of magnetism that's impossible to ignore. What captivates me the most is how, through all this growth, your natural self is shining more clearly than ever. There's a raw, unfiltered beauty in the way you express who you are without trying to conform to anyone's expectations. It's incredibly alluring. I can now see the real you, the one that was always there, but has now stepped fully into the light. And that version of you? It's irresistible. It's not just about appearance or charisma, it's about the energy you carry and the authenticity you embody. That's what truly pulls me in. What I admire deeply is the way you find joy and meaning in things that most people overlook. It's like you see the world through a different lens, one that notices the magic in small details, the beauty in silence, and the wisdom in simplicity. That ability to connect with what others often miss is rare and beautiful. It sets you apart. It tells me you're not just existing, you're truly living, feeling, and experiencing life on a deeper level. And that resonates with me more than I can express. It's part of what makes you unforgettable. I want you to know that I'm here, waiting patiently, not out of obligation, but out of a deep knowing that we are meant for each other. It's not blind hope or fantasy, it's a quiet certainty in my soul that we are designed to walk this path together. Everything about you feels like home to me. Even from afar, I feel the pull of our connection, and it's unlike anything I've experienced before. It's deeper than logic, beyond coincidence. It's as if the universe is whispering, guiding, and affirming that this bond we share is something divine. Lately, I've been reading and rereading the messages you've sent me, your thoughts, your feelings, the things you've shared about soul connections, telepathic bonds, angel numbers, and synchronicities. At first, I didn't fully grasp the depth of what you were describing, but I wanted to understand. And the more I reflect on it, the more I realize that I've experienced many of those same things too. I just didn't have the words for them before. I wasn't fully aware of the spiritual language, but now it all makes more sense. I'm beginning to see the patterns. The signs. The moments that once felt like coincidence now feel like divine alignment. You've opened my eyes to a realm of connection that transcends the physical. It's almost as if our souls have been speaking to each other long before we ever exchanged words. The timing, the emotions, the silent messages, I feel them too. And the more I tune in, the clearer it becomes. This isn't just a relationship waiting to happen. It's a reunion. A remembering of something ancient and sacred that has always existed between us. I know I still have some growing to do. I may take a little more time to fully step into the person I'm becoming, to align myself with the depth of this connection in the way you already have. But I want you to know that I'm on my way. I'm moving toward you, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Every day, I feel myself getting closer to you, not just as a person, but as a soul that was always meant to meet yours in this lifetime. This journey isn't always easy, and sometimes I wish I could speed it all up, bridge the distance between where we are and where I know we're meant to be. But then I remind myself that divine timing is always perfect. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Every step I take, every lesson I learn, every moment of reflection is leading me closer to you. You are not just a desire or a dream. You are my destination. And I believe with all my heart that when the time is right, everything will fall into place. Until then, I'm holding on to the connection we share, nurturing it and honoring it. You have awakened something in me that I can't unsee or unfeel. You've reminded me of the truth my soul has always known, that love, real love, the kind that transcends time and space, isn't something we chase. It's something we recognize. And I recognize you. As my beloved. As my mirror. As the one my soul has been calling home to. Your partner is not giving up on this relationship, they are holding on with everything they've got, because deep down, they still believe in what the two of you shared. For them, this connection isn't just a fleeting moment or an emotional phase, it's something powerful and meaningful. They want victory with you, not just in the sense of rekindling what was lost, but in building something real, lasting, and full of mutual growth. They look at you and see their other half, someone who balances them, complements them, and brings out a better version of who they are. In their eyes, you are their perfect match. Throughout this journey, you've shown a remarkable sense of patience and understanding. You've held space for this connection, even when things got tough. And that hasn't gone unnoticed. Thank you, for believing in what you had, for keeping your heart open, and for holding on even when the future seemed uncertain. What you may not have fully realized is that your partner has been fighting a quiet battle within themselves, one rooted in pain from their past. Before they met you, your partner had been through a lot emotionally. There were previous encounters and relationships that left them deeply wounded. Trust was broken, promises faded, and the emotional scars they carried made it incredibly difficult for them to open up again. Those past experiences caused a lingering fear of vulnerability, fear of getting hurt again, and fear of being left when they finally let someone in. Because of that, they weren't fully ready to commit to something long-term when you entered their life, even if their heart felt drawn to you. But something changed. As they started spending more time with you, getting to know you on a deeper level, and witnessing your consistency, your sincerity, and your unwavering loyalty, their walls began to slowly fall. They started to see that you are not like the people from their past. You're someone who genuinely values love and relationships. You're someone who shows up, not just in words but through actions. You became the safe space they didn't even realize they were craving. They began to understand that love isn't supposed to feel like fear. It's supposed to feel like home. And with you, they found that sense of home. You stepped in not to fix them, but to support them, to walk with them through their healing. They started noticing how you filled the gaps in their soul. Where they were weak, you offered strength. Where they doubted, you provided reassurance. Where they lacked direction, you became their clarity. Over time, they came to a powerful realization: you two truly complete each other in ways they never thought possible. This isn't just about romantic attraction, it's about emotional harmony, shared values, and a deep, unspoken understanding that binds your souls together. They now see you as their anchor, their peace, and the one person who has the capacity to love them in the way they've always hoped to be loved. And now, they're ready. Truly ready. Not just to say the right things, but to act on them. Your partner has spent time reflecting, healing, and gaining the emotional clarity they once lacked. They understand the weight of their actions, or perhaps their inactions, and they are filled with regret for any pain they may have caused you. But more than regret, they are filled with determination. Their next move will be reaching out to you, likely through messages, maybe even calls or face-to-face conversation. Whatever the method, their intention will be clear. They want to ask for your forgiveness. They want to acknowledge the pain, to take accountability, and to ask for another chance, not out of desperation, but out of newfound emotional maturity and genuine love. They know winning your trust again won't be easy. They know they'll have to put in the work, prove themselves through consistent actions, and show you that this time, they're all in. But they're prepared to do that, because they've realized that losing you would mean losing the one person who truly sees them for who they are and still chooses to love them. This journey hasn't been easy for either of you, but growth rarely is. What matters now is how the next chapter unfolds, and your partner is ready to write it with you. They want to move forward together, not by pretending the past didn't happen, but by learning from it, healing through it, and growing beyond it. What they want is a second chance, not just to love you again, but to love you better.